It's really important to understand that in this game, nothing happens until you ship. And shipping means getting your product into the hands of a paying consumer. So what we need to do is break down the startup process between before shipping and after shipping. It's really important that you focus on minimizing the time before shipping and maximizing the time after shipping. Because that time before shipping, you don't exist in the minds of the consumer. You don't exist in the minds of your clients or your customers. You're nothing at this stage. And you don't have any feedback from those customers too. So the more time that you spend pre-shipping, the more money you waste. What we need to do is make that time as short as possible, because every day spent in pre-shipping is a day not spent in post-shipping. So what we need to do is minimize that and maximize that. So let's break this down, pre and post-shipping, and look at what activities take place in pre-shipping, what activities take place in post-shipping, so you get a better idea of where you need to focus.
Okay, so let's have a look at the tasks involved in pre and post shipping when starting a business. And to do this, we'll split this screen into two. And on the left hand side here, pre-shipping, and obviously on the right hand side here, we're going to have post shipping. Basically, shipping being getting the product into the hands of a paying customer. So let's have a look at the kind of tasks that you will be involved in when starting your business, and look at where they go in each of these categories. And then what we do is we decide where we need to be focusing when starting our business. So typical thing that people get involved in when starting a business is writing a business plan. They start thinking about what they need to be doing for the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years. Typically, what happens is if you go to some kind of business advice center or consultant, they tell you to write a plan. Yeah, plans are useful if you are raising money, if you're opening a bank account. Often you need a business plan to give to the bank manager, but that's about it. You don't need a business plan for your own purposes. Often it's for other people's purposes. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to put this pre-shipping task in here. So business planning really is about writing a plan before getting the product into the hands of the customers, and it really doesn't benefit the customer whatsoever. So we'll put it in there. Let's have a look at another task. This is logo design. Any kind of design work that is involved, whether it's like designing your website, designing your logo, designing your letterheads, that kind of stuff. Once again, that's in a pre-shipping category, basically because this all happens before you get the product into the hands of the customer. What else do we have here in the pre-shipping category? Developing your ideas. So any kind of ideation, idea validation, that all goes in pre-shipping, along with building your product. So these four tasks are very common tasks that entrepreneurs get involved in, and they all constitute the pre-shipping category. So let's have a look at the other side, which is the post-shipping category, which involves the customer effectively. So one key aspect of post-shipping is getting out there and talking to your customers. Nothing can replace the effectiveness of doing that in terms of getting insight and growing your business. Put that into post-shipping. On top of that, developing a relationship with your customer. So, once the customer has purchased the product or service, taking that relationship forward, because, the importance of having an existing customer is key to your business, not only because they are key to providing you insight, but they're far more likely to buy again from you than a new customer. What else do we have in here? Lead funnel. So any kind of traffic generation, any kind of, developing traffic from being a new visitor to a customer, and a customer to being a fan of your business. That whole lead funnel process, which is key to post-shipping, along with any kind of partnership or relationship development with channel partners, other websites, other people, other organizations that can help your business grow and get access to new customers, or provide added value to your customers. So here we have 8 sample tasks, not all the tasks, but 8 tasks which are very common in starting a business. And what I've done is split these into pre and post shipping. And it's important to understand that this area here, pre-shipping, this is the costly part of your business. So what you've got to do effectively is you've got to spend as least time as possible in this area doing these tasks. So all these tasks in this section, so business planning, logos, ideation, and product building, all of these tasks really should be reduced down to days, certainly not weeks and months. If you're spending weeks and months on these tasks, you're absolutely wasting your time. You need to be spending days maximum on these tasks. Because what happens is as soon as you get to this point, which is shipping, getting that product into the hand of your customers, everything changes. So think about that. The business plan that you had changes because everything you've said about the customer was an assumption up to this point. Until the customer opens the wallet and pays for your product, everything is an assumption. It's complete guesswork. And the same can apply to your design, your product, and your idea. Everything up to this stage is guesswork. Until that shipping process happens, you're guessing. So it's really important that we spend as little time as possible in this area because as long as you spend time in this area, you don't exist in the eyes of the customer. And secondly, you're just guessing. You're not validating your product because nobody has had the opportunity to pay for it. So what we need to do is spend the minimum amount of time here and the maximum amount of time here. So what you should be doing as an entrepreneur is focusing on getting yourself into this sector as soon as possible. As soon as possible. If you can get into that section in days, you're on the right path. If you can get to a paying customer within days rather than weeks, you're absolutely doing the right thing because that paying customer, even though they may only be paying a few dollars compared to the hundreds or thousands you want to really charge, you're getting feedback. And as I keep saying, the difference between $0 and $1 is far bigger than the difference between $1 and $1,000. So our goal as entrepreneurs starting out is absolutely to get into this sector as soon as possible and to spend only days in here.